Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 famous cheats in video games.
He got the mask off. Exactly, he cheated.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most well-known cheats and codes in video game history that made playing just a little bit more fun. Which of these cheats is your favorite? Are there any you wish we'd included? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 20. Unlockable Characters, NBA Jam Series. The NBA Jam Series isn't one to take basketball too seriously. We've played countless matches with the big head cheat enabled. It's also maintained its silliness through absolutely absurd guest characters that have given us some very fond memories. Which hidden characters you can access and the codes used to unlock them differs between each game. From the 1993 original, you could unlock Bill Clinton, Will Smith, and Al Gore, among many more. Others seen throughout the franchise include Mortal Kombat's Reptile, MCA of the Beastie Boys, Barack Obama, and previous NBA stars like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Can we please get another one of these soon?
At the buzzer, he's on fire!
Number 19. Head Right to Tyson, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. The original Punch-Out is a pretty hard game. While seasoned players have since memorized the patterns of its tough challengers, the final bout against the real-life Mike Tyson is still pretty stressful. In fact, his uppercuts are so powerful, it's possible they'll knock Little Mac down in just one hit. If Mac gets downed 3 times, it's game over. As in, start from the very beginning, game over. However, if you didn't want to refight every character or just wanted to fight Tyson, a very handy cheat would let you do so. On the main menu, under the Continue option, you could enter passwords. 007-373-5963 would let you take another swing at the final boss. Very useful indeed. Number 18. Washing Machine, Banjo-Kazooie. There are plenty of useful cheat codes in Banjo-Kazooie gained from Cheeto, a sentient spellbook found in Gruntilda's lair. However, the game also features a hidden minigame that gives you access to extra codes, all of which are humorously bizarre. The strangest code is Wishy Washy Banjo, which turns the bear and bird into a washing machine. Why Rare chose a washing machine is beyond us, but you can actually complete most of the game in this form. The developer also included the washing machine in the sequel as a transformation from Humba Wumba inside Grunty Industries. Number 17. Cars on the Battlefield, Age of Empires series. The Age of Empires series is known for letting players strategize in battles throughout various points in history. As each game is set in a pre-technology era, it would be pretty strange to see any modern inventions, and yet, letting loose powerful automobiles is one of our favorite cheats in gaming history. In the original entry, codes Big Daddy and Big Mama would add a black car topped with a rocket launcher-wielding soldier to your forces. In the sequel, the code "How do you turn this on?" would spawn a rapid-firing Shelby Cobra. The third game even let you put in different types of monster trucks, undeniably awesome additions to your army. Number 16. Hidden Ships, Star Wars Rogue Squadron series.
We have to keep searching for the Nona. Right with you, boss. Stay low. I'm hit! Whoa! Rear shields down!
The Star Wars franchise is home to some of the most iconic fictional ships and vehicles of all time. So we were ecstatic to find that Factor 5 and LucasArts included some of them in the Rogue Squadron series through cheat codes.
Awaiting your orders.
Some of the more well-known vehicles include the Millennium Falcon, the TIE Interceptor, and the Naboo Starfighter, though the codes used to get them varies depending on which entry you're playing. By far the weirdest vehicle you can unlock is a Buick Electra. It was modeled after a Factor 5 employee's 1969 model and remains one of the coolest unlockables in any Star Wars game.
Great shot, sight.
Number 15. Moon Physics, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Pulling off sick tricks and awesome combos is most of the fun and challenge in the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater series, but in the second game, one cheat code could make things much easier on you. In theory, at least. While you could unlock moon physics regularly in-game, you could also input a cheat code. Other button inputs would double and even triple the lack of gravity, giving you all the time you need to reach high scores. We spent plenty of time gliding through the air, spinning and twirling as much as we could before landing. The game had a plethora of great cheats, but this was definitely a favorite choice. Number 14. DN Stuff, Duke Nukem 3D. The FPS genre has a long history of including awesome cheat codes. Some of them are silly, while others make it so none of your enemies stand a chance against you. The classic Duke Nukem 3D had such an overpowered code in DN Stuff, which unlocked all keys, ammo, weapons, and items. Blasting through packs of enemies with any weapon you want and barreling through any locked door is exceptionally satisfying. While it might take some of the enjoyment away on a first playthrough and definitely some of the challenge, it's a fantastic cheat for a replay. Hail to the king, baby. Number 13. DK Mode, GoldenEye 007. This James Bond tie-in helped popularize the FPS genre for consoles and included a ton of awesome cheats while doing so. Thankfully, Rare made one of its best and silliest cheats fairly easy to unlock. DK Mode makes every character's head, arms, and hands swell to enormous sizes, sort of like Donkey Kong. It was a funny reference to the developer's previous games, having worked on the Donkey Kong Country series for the Super Nintendo. Beating the runaway level on the easiest difficulty in under 5 minutes unlocks the cheat. As goofy as it is, DK Mode also makes landing headshots on opponents much easier for obvious reasons. Number 12. Tanks, Grand Theft Auto series. We're grateful that Rockstar has always been good about including cheats that make rampaging through their sandbox cities a little more chaotic. Access to all weapons and the ability to wipe away your wanted stars is a glorious combination. However, the cheat we probably enjoyed overusing the most in our playthroughs is the one that spawns a tank. NPCs would be walking around enjoying their lives, and then BAM! A tank in the middle of Vice City. Rolling through everyone can certainly scratch the itch of destructiveness GTA is known for indulging. We're still a little bummed the cheat wasn't included in Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 11. An early second quest, The Legend of Zelda. As is to be expected from most NES games, The Legend of Zelda can be pretty tough. Once you beat it, you can play it a second time with locations of shops, pieces of heart, and dungeons being different. Dungeon layouts will also be jumbled around and enemies will be more challenging. For players who had honed their skills and were only interested in the more demanding quest, they could bypass the first one by naming a new file Zelda. It was one of the first games to include a more difficult second playthrough with different levels. Zelda has been setting trends since the beginning. Number 10. Saber Realistic Combat, Star Wars Jedi Knight Series.
Don't move. Grab him. We got him.
We're simple people. When we play a Star Wars game, we'd love the ability to slice the limbs off of enemies with our lightsabers. They are superpowered swords, after all. LucasArts clearly understood this desire as it included a wonderful cheat in some of the Jedi Knight games. The Saber Realistic Combat cheat does exactly what it says. It makes your lightsaber stabs and swings more realistic in that it dismembers your foes. There's nothing quite as satisfying as seeing appendages flying or enemies crumbling in pieces when they'd normally fall over. As rewarding as that is, the cheat also makes us feel like an unstoppable force. Number 9. Exploding Lara Croft, Tomb Raider 2.
With Atomica on my keyring.
Though not anymore. So after you.
The older Tomb Raider games had plenty of useful cheat codes, but this one isn't useful at all. For Tomb Raider 2, the developers at Core Design included a cheat that would have Lara explode. The method differs between which version you're playing. But for the PC version, the input is actually the same as the all weapons cheat in the first game. We can imagine the surprise PC players felt when they thought they'd have it easy only for Lara to blow up. The sequel still has an all-weapons cheat, though it's just obtained through a different method. This absurd outcome made the cheat more memorable than any other. Number 8. No-clip mode. Usually, players must respect the confines for which the developers have set up. But with the no-clip mode, that needs not be the case. This cheat essentially lets players float around through environments like a ghost, passing through any physical barriers. It's a lot of fun flying through walls, but it also lets you look behind the scenes, reaching areas you otherwise wouldn't have access to.
Point taken on the bat. He got the mask off. Exactly. He cheated.
Many unused assets and hidden secrets have been discovered using no-clip mode. It's also grown to be more than just a cheat over the years. A no-clip website lets you explore a ton of different games this way, and a great video game docuseries got its name from this cheat. Number 7. There is no cow level, StarCraft. A A widespread urban legend surrounding the original Diablo stated you could reach a hidden cow level by clicking on a certain cow in the hub area a certain number of times. It never existed, but Blizzard had some fun with the rumor. Not only did it include a cow level in the game's sequel, but the studio referenced it through one of StarCraft's most useful cheats. By opening up the chat in single player and typing "there is no cow level," you'd instantly win your match. No extra features or abilities to help, just an automatic victory. Sure, that takes away every bit of challenge, but it's nonetheless a neat reference to a popular rumor. Number 6. Infinite Money, The Sims series. The Sims has succeeded by tapping into our desire to live a second life, or rather, play God to someone else's. But just like real life, everything costs money. And if you want your Sims to live their best lives, you'll have to earn some dough somehow. Thankfully, the series has included several cheat codes that can essentially earn you infinite money. Different codes can earn you different amounts, but there's nothing stopping you from entering the codes as many times as you want. While Rosebud and Kaching will get you 1,000 simoleons, Motherlode will earn you a quick 50,000. However, there's also a cheat that can get any amount of money, with the maximum being 99,999,999. Number 5. Justin Bailey, Metroid. In most possible endings to the original Metroid, Nintendo revealed that Samus is a woman. Justin Bailey was a prominent password that would start Samus off in the leotard she wears during the game's second best ending. It also started you later in the game, with many pieces of equipment already unlocked and extra energy tanks and missiles. The code became famous as many wondered who Justin Bailey was. Multiple rumors spread, such as him being someone who worked on the game, or that it meant Samus was just in a Bailey, Bailey being a slang term for bathing suit in Australia. In all likelihood, it was a coincidence, considering different values entered for passwords could change certain specific features. Number 4. Debug Mode, Sonic the Hedgehog series. In the early Sonic the Hedgehog games, Sega included a cheat that would let you access Debug Mode. Here, players could treat each level like a sandbox of sorts, cycling through enemies, obstacles, and items to place them wherever they wanted. And since Sonic was invincible in this mode, you could be as chaotic as you wanted with your choices. How you unlocked Debug Mode varied depending on the game and platform. But it was tremendous fun being able to design our own Sonic levels, and impressive for the time period. To pay tribute to this awesome cheat, the throwback Sonic Mania included it as an unlockable feature. Number 3. God Mode, Doom series. Doom is a series that highlights bloody mayhem, conveying the sense that you should never stop moving or unloading ammunition into the demonic hordes around you. If you really wanted to go ham without any consequences, id Software had you covered. If you entered the code IDDQD in the original game, you'd enable God Mode, which made you invincible. There's nothing quite like steamrolling your enemies when they literally have no chance in hell of harming you. The code has persisted over the years, making its way into newer entries, although it only enables permanent Sentinel armor in Doom Eternal, which doesn't make you invincible but does drastically decrease damage you receive. It still helps fully unleash the Slayer. Number 2. Blood Code. Mortal Kombat. Sega Genesis version.
Excellent.
During the era of Sega versus Nintendo, the publishers had to find any and all ways to sway a player's favor. While both Nintendo and Sega secured noteworthy arcade ports, one was significantly better on the Genesis for one major reason: blood. Mortal Kombat made waves for its violent content, upsetting parents everywhere. So when it was ported to consoles, the home versions didn't feature blood. Or at least, that's what we all thought at first.
Get over here! Get over here! Excellent.
Sega was a bit sneaky, including a cheat code that turns the blood back on. On the opening Code of Honor screen, inputting ABACABB would let you pull off the gory attacks the way the developers intended.
Get over here!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Konami Code. There really is no other cheating gaming that can match the Konami Code in popularity. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start has been embedded in our brains through countless uses across a variety of games. Creator Kazuhisa Hashimoto first came up with it while porting Gradius to the NES, giving his ship all power-ups to make it easier to test. The code was never removed from the final release, and so it grew to become a staple in Konami's future games. Its most famous use was in Contra, where it started you with 30 lives instead of 3. But it's also been seen in a ton of other Konami releases, making it a signature piece of its history.
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.